Hi everyone, LagosHouseWife here with Monday Bible Stories. Today I will be telling you stories about bread. Yes, the bread multiplication stories in the Bible. Number one, do you know Jesus was not the only one to multiply bread in the Bible at all? It happened in the Old Testament, Elisha. There was a time a man brought gifts to Prophet Elisha. He brought breads, loaves of bread, barley bread. The Bible mentioned it as barley bread, and grains. And Elisha told his servants, he said, give it to the sons of the prophets and, the prophets in training that were under Elisha. And the servant was like, it won't be enough. There are only 20 loaves and we have 100 people here. And Elisha told him, he said, give it to them, for the Lord has said they will eat and have leftover. And the servant did. And all the 100 prophets there, they ate, and the Bible reports that there was leftover. So you see, that was the first time bread was multiplied in the Bible. Now we jump all the way to the New Testament. You know the story of how Jesus multiplied bread and fish. But you see, he did it twice. I hope you know that. The first time was 5 loaves, 2 fishes that fed 5,000. And when I'm saying 5,000, I mean 5,000 men. The women and children were not counted. So you can imagine they were probably around 10,000. And Jesus fed them with 5 loaves, 2 fishes, and the Bible records that they had leftovers that filled 12 baskets. You can imagine that. And the second time he did it with 7 loaves, and the Bible didn't specify the number of fishes. It just said a few small fishes. 7 loaves, few small fishes. And that time he multiplied it to feed 4,000 people. Actually 4,000 men again. Women and children were not counted. And in this second situation, the Bible recorded that they had 7 baskets full of leftover. In fact, some versions say 7 large baskets were left over. You can imagine that. Now, why am I telling you this? Is to put your mind at ease regarding whatever economic situation you think is going on. You have a God who is more than capable of multiplying and making things abundant for you. He has been doing it from the very beginning and he will not stop doing it. And here's the thing I noticed about those stories. The 4 Gospels reported the multiplication of the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. In fact, that was the only miracle of Jesus that was reported by all the 4 Gospels. Every single one of them mentioned it. They must really like bread a lot. It must have been very important to them. And for the second one, the 7 loaves and the few fishes, it was Matthew and Mark that reported that one. I don't know why that's significant. I need to study more about that. But yes, that's what I just want to tell you, and to remind you that the greatest bread of all is the bread that has been made available to every member of the body of Christ, Jesus, the bread of life. Remember to include him in everything that concerns you this week and all the days of your life, and you will never have any reason to lack anything. And I'll see you again next week with another Bible story.